Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel, and we are going further up the grill line. We've got to tier 6, we've got to the Nashorn, and to be fair, we've got there quite easily. And we don't really just stop at the Nashorn, really. We've had the free XP, we've had the XP, we've got pretty lucky, to be fair. We've had the credits, send gifts. So yeah, we didn't really have to play the Nashorn too much. Now, sadly for me, I had to play it more than I wanted because I made a video, actually sold the tank as well, and then I got a new phone. So I made the video, didn't upload it, it was on my phone, got a new phone, completely forgot about all the videos I had. I wiped my old phone, gave it to my son, went to post the next video and realised, hang on a minute, I haven't got a video on my new phone. So sadly, I've had to play the tank again and make this whole video again. So the Nashorn, the tier 7 tank. To be fair, this for me is a struggle. It is a struggle. There are certain ways to play it which can be better, but you do have to be very, very careful in this tank, because the whole idea of playing this tank is not to get spotted, not to get seen, and not to get shot, because as soon as that starts happening, your hit points just dramatically decrease, especially if they start using HE. So do be careful of that. You've got 30 mil of armor, so everybody is going to HE you. Your DPM 2475, that is pretty good. Now bear in mind, we are playing most of these tanks completely stock, apart from not stock but equipment wise. We've got the first equipment, so because we just want to save the credits. These lower tier tanks, we don't have to play that much to get the next tank. So your reload is 5.3, and again your DPM is pretty good. Actually, the reload's pretty good. Your penetration is 203, 237 on your APCR, 44 on your HE. You've got a 220 alpha gun, 190 on your APCR and 270 on your HE. Your aim time 3.3, so nothing too bad. The gun dispersion is pretty good at 0.290. And again, we can get these better once we get the equipment loaded, but we're not going to be playing this tank to get enough equipment. We don't need to. You've got 8 degrees of gun depression, which is nice. I wish it was a little bit more, especially so you can hug them ridges a bit more and then just sort of hide, take a shot and then go back and then hide your tank. And you've got a top speed of 50 kilometers per hour. So stat wise, apart from the armor on this thing, yeah, it's okay. Like the stats are actually okay, but you have to get into positions to be able to use the tank. And we're going to see that in one of my games that I just did. Not them ones, they are my next videos, and you can see where we've just got up to. So we got pretty lucky with this. Now the Copperfield map, you don't play it often, obviously, because it's more of a lower tier map. It's not really a map for tank destroyers, but for this game it really was the map for me. I managed to get on the corner, get in a bush and just absolutely farm. Now again, the good thing about this tank, one of the only good things, I mean the DPM is pretty good, the reload's pretty good, and that speed, at least if you need to, you can get out of the way pretty quickly. So that is how I would recommend to play this tank, really. Sort of, it is a sit at the back of the map. I know people complain when there are people in tank destroyers that are just sat at the back of the map and camping. That is the whole idea of this tank, to sit at the back of the map, camp and just farm as much as you can. And again, that is exactly what we are going to do this game. And the best thing about the reload as well, I mean look, 4.6 when you use adrenaline, that is very, very good reload, very good for a tank destroyer. So if you can get into a position where you are sat at the back of the map and you do have targets, you've got a lot of DPM to try and just smash into them. And as you can see, we've done 1,000 damage so far. We're going to try and get a shot. No idea where that shot went, like literally no idea where that shot went. But look, I'm not being spotted, and I'm absolutely farming. Like, these guys don't know where they're getting shot from. They have no idea, and then all of a sudden they're dead anyway. So that is now 3 kills I've managed to get. It's a 7 versus 4. So at this point, let's just try to get the shot on the Jackson. Doesn't quite work. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? The Jackson, maybe 2 shots. And you got to remember with this tank as well. Yes, I'm full hit points, but they can easily go, like easily. As soon as people switch AP to the HG, then you will dramatically lose them hit points. Now, this KV-1S doesn't have the big gun, but the problem with that is he has the DPM gun, so he's got a lot better DPM than he would if he was running the big gun. So, but luckily, you know, even at this point in the game, I'm not too bothered. I knew I was going to out DPM him, and even if I was to die, to be fair, it's now a 6 versus 1, no problem. And I don't know how I even managed to bounce Hellcat. The Hellcat's he's got just as bad armor as me, but yeah, I managed to bounce him. I managed to probably hit his gun mantlet or his gun, but let's see if we can get one more shot before we die, and well, before he dies. And we managed to farm up exactly 2,700 damage. So you can see when you are sat at the back of the map, it does work, but as soon as you get spotted, that's when you need to move. That's when you need to relocate, and of course try to not get shot. And the best thing about really the tank is that speed, and it's the whole line, really. You know, the whole line is all about speed, and the grill is very, very fast, and that is how I like to sort of play the grill. And pretty much the whole line is just to sit at the back of the map, to farm as much as you possibly can, and then rush in later on, or run around the map with your speed. And as you can see, we dominated there. 785, the next top damage on my team, and there's me with 2,700. And you know, that's not me doing a very good job. That is with me just absolutely farming. And then that's thanks to my medium tanks, really. That's thanks to my mediums, my lights, because they did the work, really. They opened up the tanks for me, and it just really it made it a lot easier for me. And I wouldn't have got shot if I wouldn't have rushed into that KV-1S. I could probably finished on full hit points. But other than that, you know, it isn't a tank that I like playing. I don't enjoy it, and I'm actually glad I never have to play this game, this tank again. So for the second time, let's sell it, because we're not going to be playing it. And as you can see in my replays, the next video is the Stirrer Emil. So is it any good? We will see very soon. So come back soon and see how we get on with the Stirrer Emil. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.